You ever experience a Winter Soldier moment, son? Well, you're about to. I'm going to trigger one for you. Campbell's chicken noodle possibilities. You remember that? Well, what if those possibilities were that you're consuming terrible 3D printed bioengineered meat? That right now is the big story around Campbell's, whom I'm sure all of you are familiar with Campbell's food products. I think a lot of us here have grown up with it. There was a recording that just got released that was filmed in secret by an employee that was, I guess, listening to a goddamn podcast from the VP of information at Campbell's, who was ranting and raving about how terrible the quality of their food is and why he'd never buy it, how it's food for poor people, calling it bioengineered, 3D printed, basically just saying it's all like a bunch of shit you feed to piggies, not people. Then he also started like insulting Indians during this. It was like an hour and a half long recording, allegedly. It was recorded by a former employee named Robert Garza, who's filing a lawsuit about basically being wrongfully terminated because he tried to like complain about this kind of behavior. And the person apparently that has been recorded is Campbell's VP of Information Technology, Martin Bawley. I learned about this eye-opening revelation on stream, so I'm going to show you those clips, which also has like the pertinent audio section about like the bioengineered meat. Because that is a pretty big claim to say that it's like not real, low-quality, bioengineered meat from a 3D printer. 3D printed meat? That's like fucking SpongeBob canned bread moment right there. I didn't think we were at that point, and I still don't think we are. I'm pretty sure this guy was just a bit off his gourd during this rant, and it seems like it was a rant he was delivering straight from the soul. To be able to yap for an hour and a half, apparently uninterrupted, just raving about the company you are a VP at, like that's a lot. So I feel like he kind of got a little lost in the sauce. I would be very surprised to learn that it's actually 3D printed meat. I think what he was just trying to express is that it's so beneath him he would never eat this poor people food that his company makes. That seems to be the what he was trying to express. You hear about the Campbell's soup drama right now? Security analysts secretly recorded the executive VP for the company saying the soup is made with bioengineered meat that they make for poor people. What? Yeah, I just read a comment, and I just looked it up. There's a bunch of articles. Campbell's Soup at risk of being shut down in Florida because there was secret audio that was recorded with the VP saying that their meat is bioengineered, like slop, basically, quote, made for poor people.
Oh yeah, bioengineered meat chicken from 3D printer.
I have...
Campbell's Soup VP mocks poor people who buy its food.
I have got to check this shit out later. What
the fuck?
3D printed meat.
Yeah, what the fuck? These stories always blow my mind because how many people have to know and not say anything.
Yeah, like this is just one of those things where there are so many people in this pipeline, and this is the first I've ever heard of that. We have shit for fucking poor people. I don't buy fucking Campbell's products. Now that I know, oh my god, this is crazy.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein.
Oh, Jesus.
Now that I know what the fuck's in it.
How is that? Like, I didn't even think we had that technology yet to, like, print meat.
So we do, but it's currently more expensive. It's super interesting because this guy also just sounds stupid.
Is taking legal action against
bioengineered meat, if I'm not mistaken, is really expensive right now because they can't do it in bulk.
It's got to be something, right? They have to find some way of doing it cheap.
Explosive allegations about one of its top executives.
I guess the other thing is, I can almost guarantee Campbell's probably comes out and goes, "Hey, we don't print our chicken."
Well, but apparently it's an audio recording of the VP saying that. I want to hear the audio. Where is it?
Of Monroe.
Yeah, that's my thought though, is like the higher ups are gonna come out and be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah, but it's the VP. Okay, here, hold on. Here's the audio.
So in a company like Campbell's, there's probably like 1,000 VPs.
You think so? I guess that's true.
Yeah, here,
Each
I
branch.
can look on LinkedIn.
Robert Garza
VP is
of
like the
Monroe.
lowest end of the impressive sounding title, basically.
Okay.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it.
Campbell
Even
Soup
in a can of
Company.
soup, I
I'm
look
gonna
at it
look
and look
them
at
up on LinkedIn. Let's see.
bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly...
Okay, hearing the recording, it sounds like he's exaggerating. It sounds like the 3D printer is something he made up. But he's basically saying, like, this is actual trash food I would never eat. I don't want to eat meat that came from a 3D printer, do you? It sounds like he's the one that's, like, pulling that out, not saying that it actually comes from that.
Yeah, it's, like, hyperbolic a little bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But even still, just putting that out there is just an immediate, like, bomb to the company.
Yeah, like, I have to imagine their stock has dropped.
Man, that's so fucking
alleges
interesting.
Campbell Soup VP made racist comments. It says its food is made for poor people. Yeah, it seems like this guy lost his noggin.
It's a 15... Well, the recording lasted longer than an hour and 15 minutes.
I just saw that.
Holy shit! What, was he just, like, uninterrupted monologuing at the office here while this guy recorded it?
A guy just went, over and over as he recorded on his phone.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
Sir. They couldn't think for the I'm like, you dumb
Just pure disgust.
And when he complained,
the response to Robert sticking up for other people is he gets fired.
I'm so curious what even spawned this rant from him. Like, did he just come in randomly like, all right, everyone gather around, I got a campfire story to tell you. Fuck Campbell's, this is shit for poor people, listen to me, listen well. Like, I wonder what got him down this road in the first place. Just like this snowball turning into an avalanche of a rant against the company where he is like a higher level position at. Like, maybe it was something as simple as Robert being like, hey man, what's going on today? He's like, well, let me fucking tell you what's going on today. It's crazy. And so he did record this. It feels pretty cut and dry here that this is that guy saying these things. And in retaliation, after complaining, he was fired. He was sticking up for his fellow employees and got fired for it. Big Campbell's themselves have responded saying, if the comments heard on the audio recording were in fact made by Mr. Bali, they are unacceptable. Such language does not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We do not tolerate this kind of language under any circumstances. So, criticizing his use of sentence enhancers. He's got a bit of a sailor's mouth on him, and Campbell's is condemning that. He's been temporarily put on leave while they conduct their own investigation. They noted his role in IT, which has nothing to do with how Campbell's makes its food, which is true. When I first was reading this story, it wasn't exactly clear to me what his role is, but after looking it up, he is not in, like, the production of its food, so it would be information he wouldn't be privy to in the first place, which is why I said during the stream it sounds like he's just exaggerating about, like, 3D printed meat. He views it as just, like, this lesser food because he's a fucking executive or something at Campbell's, so he wouldn't touch the shit. I don't think he's actually claiming it's 3D printed, and I would be very surprised if it was, because that would be extremely fucking expensive. More expensive than just sourcing cheaper chicken somewhere. But they responded to this saying, we are proud of the food we make, the people who make it, and the high-quality ingredients we use to provide consumers with good food at a good value. We know that millions of people use Campbell's products, and we're honored by the trust they put in us. The comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. Campbell's then said that the chicken meat in its soup comes from long-trusted USDA-approved U.S. suppliers with high-quality standards. So basically their response is, this is a load of hooey, this guy's a fucking wacko, and everything he said is a bunch of horseradish. Which, yeah, that makes sense as a response here. He does sound like off his rocker during the recording, just bouncing from like one complaint to another. And like I said, I really doubt that they actually 3D print their chicken at Campbell's. I've liked Campbell's like my whole life. I've never had like a problem with it. Is it like the highest quality gourmet food you can eat? No. And it's not supposed to be. I don't see what there is to be so incredibly angry about, where you're just like shitting on it entirely, saying like it's strictly for poor people, it's bioengineered 3D printed meat, and it would never touch my refined palate. Absolutely not. Like, it's fucking absurd, man. Like, Campbell's is for anyone that wants, like, a cheap, quick little meal that's decent. Like, that's always been where Campbell's lives, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it is so fucking weird to hear him go on this rant. Like, I do think this will do legitimate damage to the company, given his position and his fiery words here. And it's also terrible what happened to Robert, where you get punished for trying to do the right thing. So hopefully he wins that lawsuit here, because it sounds like this guy just went fucking rogue. It doesn't sound like Campbell's is going to be backing him up, at least not right now. It doesn't seem to be like that. But I guess we'll have to see. Like, maybe it turns out this recording is, you know, a bunch of horse hockey. Like, it's not real or something, but I doubt it. It seems like it probably is. Anyway, though, just found this to be interesting. Wanted to share it. That's about it. See ya.